Hello friends, I'm Colonel Failure and you're viewing the marvellous Republic of Failure Grad Incorporated from a height of, I don't know, what should we say, 20,000 feet. That seems about right. And I've rolled forward by a year. Not to build up money, although obviously money is built up, but largely to assess what we've got so far and where it is working and where it isn't. Because lately it's felt like I've rather been chasing my own tail. In fact, it's felt rather like I've been chasing my own tail the entire time. But I wanted to take some time to assess the situation and how things might be improved. No, you didn't miss the creation of Ironside. That's a new one. We named the district. I say we. I named the district while trying to get the iron mine up to some level of production, the iron processing, I should say, up to a level of production that was appropriate. So we've added in a small shopping centre, which seems to be working just fine, and we also got a school, which, if it had regular staff, would be educating people quite splendidly, because I paid for 25 university-educated peoples to come here and teach the next generation. The teachers are turning up, but at present the workers are not. We also built them a pub so that they could have a smoothie at the end of the day's shift, which is what we all want, really. Anyway, as night falls, we'll have a quick look over at Iron Mining Central here, and that also now has almost a full stock of resources that might be of benefit to the humans who live here. So we've got a kindergarten, which is it's doing the business. We've got a school here as well. No teachers, of course. Plenty of kids in the playground, so it's keeping them out of trouble at least. We've got a shopping centre on the go. But most importantly, we do have a ready supply of workers for the iron mine. Now, what I've noticed about this area is that it does hemorrhage citizens. As you can see, this recently built prefab here, as it's some of the people who live here seem to have departed, which is most unfortunate. We've got, again, we're not at full capacity in any of these buildings, which is a bit of a concern because it means that they're all legging it when my back is turned. In fact, were I to go back and check it now, we'd probably find that half of them had left. Over in the chemical plant, which we built recently, loads of people working there, which is super. And we're buying in crops and oil for the moment to make sure that we actually get, and gravel and wood, just to make sure that we keep pumping out chemicals, because they're all being exported to make us a little bit more cash. Although at the current time, our cash situation is going down fairly quickly, and I'm at a bit of a loss to understand why, since it has been ticking up. So there may be a queue of vehicles somewhere with a fuel situation ongoing. For the final stop before we get to the intro, because we're going with an extended kind of intro today. The farm is doing rather nicely. As you can see, everything's growing. We've got 4 here that are about ready for combine harvesting, which is splendid. I've been paying close attention to this because on occasion I kind of go, well, do I need more trucks to come pick stuff up or not? Because we do seem to have a fair lick of crops waiting to be picked up, and then I go back and I look another time and I kind of go, no, actually it's fine, we've got it. But I think one more truck might help here, so actually I'll buy that now, then we'll roll the intro, then we'll do something more creative. Alright, stick around. Now, obviously, the reason to get the crops off the fields and onto something more useful, so, I mean, they come in here and immediately end up in the warehouse, and as you can see, considering how many crops we've got just lying around at the moment, there's not an awful lot actually being stored. No. And that's a bit of a downer. We do end up with a fair bit of food happening here, because that's all happening automatically, with the food factory being right there. And then we've got our distillery, which is just over the road. Plenty of crops in now, but only one worker, and he's doing the best he can to produce as much high-grade vodka as possible. But it's going very slowly. So I think another building out here, another housing tenement block, would probably work in our interest. But again, we're losing citizens from here quite quickly. So it's going to be a case of more, well, everything, frankly, but fundamentally more happiness amongst the workforce to keep people sticking around a little bit longer. Because it doesn't matter how often I put in dedicated housing for a particular project, if they all leg it, then it was all for naught, largely. But I want to start getting the dollar balance going back up again. And that means one thing and one thing only, a second power plant. Now, originally I'd been resisting putting in a power plant because, well, I didn't want to pay the... Hold on, how much? Wait for it. Yeah, coal power plant. Yeah, how much do you want to charge me for this? Anyone? Oh, show me the ruble price. 384,000 of your rubles. Now, I can afford that, but I would rather not afford that. I'd rather pay for it with resources that I've got. So I'm going to see if I can plumb this in and at least get a heavy discount by supplying the materials needed to build the thing. Now, before I continue, what would be sensible? We just flattened a bit of ground there for no particular reason, just to prove that I could, really. What would be good is if I could get the coal depository here, which is largely running full, to deliver to both power plants. Now, if I were to whiz it around, please, and plant it in there, rebuild all of this infrastructure stuff that I've got going on, then I could, yeah, I think I probably could. I could probably conveyor to both plants without it being an issue. And one of the things that I've considered is actually stacking coal storage in multiple different aggregate storage bins, so that I'm over-storing it, if that makes any sense. Makes sense to me. Right, okay, well, you know what? We're going to give that a go. So there's going to be some pain here, and hopefully I'll be able to put it back together afterwards. Here we go. Right, yep, get rid of it. Yeah, I'm sure we needed it. Well, in fact, I'm 100% certain we needed it. Right, kick them out as well. Yeah, go on. Oh, you can't kick them out. Oh, dear, we're doing this again. Okay, everybody leave. How does one... Don't tell them to work anywhere. No? Where should citizens be going to work? They shouldn't. Stop it. Stop working. There you go. And then how do I get them out of here? Relocate 10 citizens. Yes, let's do that. Right, okay, I'm going to pause. Otherwise, I suspect I'll end up playing whack-a-mole with the people that I'm kicking out. So we'll also get rid of this bit of road so that we've got plenty of space to play with. Now, I'm going to need a road in there of some description. You just bulldozed that as well, just FYI. Yeah. You can FY the eye as much as you like there, Chief. We're just going to have to remember to plumb it all back in again once we've got this caper underway. Try not to forget. There's a good man. And, right, okay, so we head over to the right menu. That's always beneficial. And construction, housing, there she is. And then where do you want it? Well, how about we put 2 in here? Well, that's getting quite adventurous. Well, I am quite adventurous, frankly, and therefore 2 it feels like the way to go. Flatten that. Now, I'm going to pay for this immediately because we've got a relocation project afoot, and therefore we're not going to sit around for who knows how long waiting for that to actually percolate. So if we give it a bit of that first. Obviously, I have just shut the power off to an undisclosed amount of the town. Now, that may or may not be a problem. I'm going to go with it probably is a problem. But while we're focusing in on one area here, it genuinely doesn't matter. Could be a big problem, could be a small problem. There's not much I'm going to do about it until we've got the next project done. So that's a lot to pay for a path. It's just a footpath there, children. All right. Well, okay. Yeah. No, do it anyway. It's the sort of thing that we need. So get it done. Yeah, pull it out. That's out there, and then whiz it around the corner. Right. Hook you onto there as well. That's all good. Whiz it. Jolly good. Right. Pause again. How many people moved in my... Yeah, you see, look, I wasn't even looking, and one person's gone, oh, new building, I'm having it. And you kind of go, no, you're not having it. Right, get you into there. Yes? Yes, that one. Yeah, I want you in here. Move in. Maybe we need to go at a slow pace here, and that'll do it. Move there. Yes. Good. Anyone else? Keep going. Keep going. Keep... What's the problem? Relocate to there. Right? Relocate to there. No. Relocate to there. And again. Keep it going. That's now full. Well, why is it full? Why? I don't understand how this can fill up so quickly when other buildings really do struggle to get the kind of population numbers in that we want. Also, can we... How about we tell it that it doesn't get anything anymore? Can I schedule it for demolition? Can't demolish a building. Relocate them first. How do I tell people to stop moving in? There must surely be a way. Can we sever the electrical connection? I don't think we can. What else have we got here? I don't know what the appropriate button is to force people to vacate the premises. Because look, they're all just moving straight back in again. They're going, hey! Some new buildings, some new housing spaces has opened up right next to the power plant. Right. Okay. Well, look. Let's start getting rid of some paths. Maybe this will encourage them in the right direction. Although I really hope I can. Oh, hold on. What's going on there? That appears to be an ambulance who's a bit lost. It's probably nothing. Right. Okay. Good. So, well, let's do it again. I've got the money to spend on this, and frankly, having more housing is not necessarily a bad thing, given that I'm about to expand the need for workers in this area. Although we are starting to get slightly more remote now. There we go. See these trucks here that are queuing? They're queuing to unload. I know, that's the level of success that we've got going on here now. Go on then. Go on, put it in. Yeah, there you go. Marvellous. Right, now then. What I don't want here is going to get that. Don't talk, just get on with it. Yeah, good. Yeah, right, emptied it. No one lives here. New kit. Good. Right, now we're back on target. Right, now then, because we don't want to... Hold on, let's accelerate that through until the debris disappears, and then we shall commence our project. Project commencement. Ahoy. Right, so we want a power plant. Because I haven't spent anywhere near enough lately, and we're not going to pay for it with cash. We probably will end up paying for it with cash, but in the first instance, we're more interested in getting as much of it done for free as possible. So I'm going to need those relatively close together, but I do want a high voltage switch versus a power transformer. Now, how many ins do you get on? You only get one in on a power transformer, so I'm going to need two of them to account for each one of those. So I'm going to want these asymmetrically placed. We're also going to want that to point somewhat towards the coal facility to make the transition of coal a little easier. Now, the upshot is it's going to look a bit ugh. But we should end up at least being able to feed both power plants. And if it comes down to it, we will move the existing coal storage in order to make this work. All right, we're going here. All right, okay. I would rather have them both placed next to each other. Well, hold on, you've committed to nothing so far. You're just using free bulldozing. Hold on, I'm having a moment of thought. These occasions happen very rarely, but they do happen. Now, I'll bring you into the loop here. So if I were to place up here, right, facing that way, then there is enough space for me to get no, there isn't. This is much smarter. If you're going to need transformers there, this is the smarter way to go. The actual best position for this is not that. No, I don't think there is a way that you can do a multi-feed setup. I've got an idea. Okay, right, all right, I'm onto something. No, I'm not onto anything. No. Original plan was the right plan. Okay, right. You certain? I'm not 100% certain, but we're going to go for it. Okay. And bear in mind, of course, that this costs me absolutely nothing until I decide to dump some cash in. And in the early instances, I got no such intention. Instead, we're going to. I'll pay for the road so that we can accelerate our construction a little bit. Go on, get through there. That's it. Right, and then rock it out to... Yeah, go on. Do as much flattenage as you need. Rock that out to there. Hello, autosave. Lovely to see you. Can we get a road down here? We can, to an extent. Do you want to, though? I'm going to say yes. But I may revise that position shortly. Because we've got to do something technical with electricity. Right, Let's turn the game back on, and then we will endeavour to unbalk that which was just balked through the. Are you done here? What's the problem? There you go. So we need a power transformer, but that can actually sit just about anywhere. So if we take high voltage out of here, and if we rock, blimey, how much are you charging? 27,000. Have prices suddenly gone up? And before you answer, yeah, I suspect they possibly have. Alright, well, prices have gone up. You have to pay what it costs. So we'll stick that in there. And then we'll get our switch. Oh, hold on. You can run 2 of these to one switch. You can run 2 of these to one switch. A high voltage switch. So we could go 2 in, 1 out. That's interesting. Okay, right. Well, let's do that then. Let's plan for just that eventuality. Right. That largely renders redundant this 27,000 rubles worth of power line that I just plumbed in. But hey ho, if we can do it better, we will do. There you go. See, do it like that. Right. So that way, both of them hooked up, and then you want a transformer, which is, as you know, a robot in disguise. From which we export. Now, I thought there was more than one export route here for electricity, but on reflection, I'm not so certain, although that could be... That's not going anywhere now, and clearly it was beforehand. Alright, okay, fine. We'll treat that as though it's going somewhere. So you now want a transformer, which we will stick here. Ooh, I'm feeling generous. I'm even giving it a road connection. Go me. Hold on. Why not? Oh, you want to be smoothed first. All right. Well, yeah, we can arrange that. Smooth that. And how much are you going to charge me to pay for it myself? 6.5. Well, that's far less expensive than other things I've just been poking away at. So absolutely. There you go. Connect that up to there. Beautiful. And then we're going to need to remove these, and then switch that for a bit of this action, and bosh into that one. Okay, that's one. And then what? Well, we'll bang this around the outside. Oh, okay, these are a bit cheaper. I guess it was just the high voltage that was costing me a ruddy fortune. Although that looks like high voltage. Alright, hold on. Let's scrutinise what we've got. Yeah, see, look, that hasn't got a power supply. Alright, the power plant's still planting. You're okay. Yep. And you're okay? Yes. Okay, so that means that I must have had another out from the switch. Yeah, okay. Well, that's awkward. Because that means that this is going to be disabled up until the point that I build a new Well, up until this is finished. I'm just guessing here, but I think we're going to be a little way off that being done. So all of this minor technology we've got going on here is not going to account for much. The good news, however, is we have connected back up the coal mining, so that's going to work. The downside is we have just shut the farm off, and it's also quite likely that we've shut off the town of Dozersk, which is too far away for me to go and look at. But I think that is a likely scenario. In fact, if we look at the lines heading out, oh, those are export lines. Ah. And yet, though, there it goes. No, oh, you've also cut the oil well off. All right, okay. This desperately needs reconnecting. Yes. Well, in which case, the only option we've got here really is to daisy chain a couple of those together in order to make this happen. Let's remove this. Yeah, I'm throwing money away, but I earn it back again eventually. So yeah, yeah, you're going to kill that too? I am. Okay, right. Yeah, so I'll daisy chain two of these together because the plan of having both power plants routed into that is a sound one. Although that said, I'm not entirely sure how much capacity one of those switches gets. Let's assume it's enough capacity. All right, and then you sit in there would be good. So get rid of this bit of road. Power switch, thank you. Like so. Wait for it. Hold on. Flatten using the tools of the trade. No, you've got enough. If you just put it in the right place, it works. All right, belt that in there. You connect up to this. Right, that has now got power. Yes. Right, and then stick your your transformer down next to that. Well, this is all jolly technical, and frankly, it's all rather wasteful. But it's going to get results. I'm 97.5% confident that results are what we're going to get from this. Can't build here due to infrastructure. Oh, go on. There you go. I'm even going to pay the money because I don't want to move my mouse. There you go. Right. Have at it. And then hook those up together. That's happy. And then we're in business. Right. Good. Right. So you connect up to that one. Thank you. And then we need to run a high voltage, which is going to cost a ruddy fortune. We need to run that out from here. Now later, of course, I can use the new power plant to do this particular caper, but we don't have an awful lot of choice in the matter at present. Although for some reason it's not charging me very much this time. I'm not entirely sure why, and I'm not going to scrutinise it too heavily. So it is what it is. Right. That should be everybody reconnected, unless, and I'm sure you'll tell me in the comments that I've missed someone. The next job then is to change up the conveyoring that we've got going on, so that this end conveyor here can be routed into this building. Now I might need to use a conveyor tower midway to make that happen, but I'm 12% confident that it'll work. Right, get over there. Get over there? No, you can't build it because of infrastructure below. Why don't you just mirror the one that you're next door to? Alright, well, fine. We'll do it the hard way. Yeah, how do you... No, wait, not that one, this one. There you are. Right. Bang that in there. Now then, if I want you to come out to here... It went green. It went green. Yes. Right. I'm taking that straight away. We're not going to hang around. While it's in an agreeable mood, we're in the right place. So okay. So this is all going to work. The only thing I'm slightly wary of is whether this new plant has got catchment area over the existing citizens in the power development laboratoire. Yeah, who really knows? Right, we've already got some resources turning up, though, so that's good. Which means that my buy price will have dropped. Although not so much as you'd know it. No, my buy price might have dropped a little bit, but only by about £5 so far. So we're going to have to sit and wait for that to gather a few more comrades and the resources associated therein. Right. Now, I'll tell you something else. While we're waiting for you two clowns to unload, I'll tell you what's not happening, and that is that we're not. Don't bother waiting. All right, you don't bother waiting either. Yeah, because we will have some of these trucks will be waiting to try and pick some coal up and take it to the steel mill. I found that out earlier to my cost as well, but that's okay. That's not so bad. Now, I usually leave them on wait until unload or wait until load because, honestly, I'd rather save the fuel. Saving it, I know I waste money all over the place, but for some reason, fuel is very precious. So if about 50% of these trucks don't have a wait until job complete order, then the whole thing will just keep ticking. Right, you go on, get back to work. Yeah, and you. Yeah, and I tell you, in a future life, we're going to do this by train. In fact, it will be this life, and it will be soon. Getting all of these trucks off the road can only be a good thing. Right, I'm going to leave that rolling for a minute, and I just want to show you one more thing before we depart each other's company for today. I see. Look, here comes the construction team. That's good to see. Yeah, the one more thing that I wanted to show you was this bit of road here. Now, this bit of road is the main, if not only, artery that exists in my town. It's a problem, and it is prone to getting a little bit snarled up with traffic. There's a worse one as well. This road here is the only one you can take if you actually want to leave town by road. It heads out under the tunnel, which is around. Where's the tunnel? It's there, look. You can't see it because it looks like it turns into ground there, but it is still a tunnel. So all of those exports that I'm doing, they actually have quite a convoluted route to take in order to reach their destination. Would you like to draw in the rest of the... Oh, no. Yeah, and you've got this manky junction to deal with in order to make that happen. It is a miracle that anything is occurring at all. Anyway, the sands of time have run out on us once again, as is indicated by the fact that I've got another building on fire. Again, I'm not wholly convinced. No firefighters have been sent. Delete the message. There you go. That'll wrap it up for today. I've been Colonel Failure. I'll be back soon with more of the same, where further progress will happen, and next time it's going to be of an educational basis. I'll see you then. Thanks for watching. Cheerio. Now, I am thoroughly enjoying this game, thoroughly enjoying it, and I'm over for the time being the notion of potentially restarting, although I do really want to restart, so that was a total lie. But I've been banging on about getting another power plant up for I don't know how long, because turning that tap back on to sell it to NATO can only but help the situation that we've got going on. But more than that, I want to start building, these dedicated areas and remodeling the middle. And that's not going to happen while I've still got a deficit in one area, and power is where I am deficit right now, and I've definitely got the fuel to make a second power plant work. So, fingers crossed, with power re-enabled and maybe a bit of judicious fast-forwarding, I can be in a position where we can go back and look at some of the stuff that was built originally and maybe make it less horrible.